So I've got 4 new updates on the Galaxy S26 Ultra, and on top of that, this company just pulled a shameless stunt at their launch event, rigging a comparison test to make Samsung's One UI 8 look bad. Let's talk about it. What's up guys, Sal here. So first up, a few days ago, there were rumors about Samsung pushing the Galaxy S26 Unpacked event to March. And now it's looking like those rumors were spot on. Multiple reliable sources, including The Elec, Ice Universe, and WinFuture, are all saying the same thing. The Unpacked event is indeed delayed. They're all pointing to a new date somewhere between late February and early March. For comparison, the S25 lineup launched on January 22nd. So that's a solid delay of several weeks. According to reports, Samsung will start mass production of the S26 Ultra in December, while the regular S26 and S26 Plus will enter production in January. So what caused the delay? Well, Samsung had to make some last-minute lineup changes. They've reportedly cancelled the S26 Edge completely due to weak sales, brought back the S26 Plus, and are making a few tweaks to the base model. So yeah, this isn't a rumor anymore. When you've got multiple major sources all confirming the same thing, it's basically confirmed. Now interestingly, Samsung isn't the only one having a rough time with thin phones. Apple is also in the same boat. Ming-Chi Kuo says Apple is cutting iPhone Air production by a massive 80% by Q1 of 2026. That's practically shutting it down just months after launch. Several reports also mention there's almost no consumer demand for iPhone Air right now. So yeah, it's safe to say that the ultra thin phone trend has gone completely sideways for both Samsung and Apple. Samsung's already pulled the plug on the S26 Edge, and honestly, I'd be surprised if Apple even bothers making another iPhone Air next year. Moving on, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is getting a bunch of under-the-hood upgrades, and one of them doesn't sound all that exciting on paper, but actually changes how the S26 Ultra feels in daily use. Sure, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 is faster and more efficient, that's expected. But the real underrated upgrade here is the new UFS 4.1 storage. It's about 15% faster and 25% more power efficient than before. On paper, that doesn't sound huge, but it's one of those things that makes a big difference in how the phone feels. Faster storage improves app launch times, image processing, big game loading, and even those new on-device AI features that are constantly pulling data from storage. And that's where it really matters. With AI getting more deeply integrated into the phone, constantly running in the background, that extra speed and efficiency make everything feel smoother and more responsive. So while the new processor will grab all the headlines, don't overlook UFS 4.1. It might quietly be the real reason the S26 Ultra feels faster in everyday use. Next up, we've got some fresh renders of the S26 Ultra from case makers showing off the new design. Now, a lot of people and even some major tech sites are calling these real-life images, but they're not. These renders are made using CAD data provided to accessory makers, so while they're not official, they're still based on accurate dimensions. Just don't mistake them for leaked marketing images. And finally, here's something cheap and honestly pretty shameful from OnePlus. During the launch of their new Oxygen OS 16 UI, they decided to mock Samsung's One UI 8 in a side-by-side animation test. The problem? The whole demo was rigged. They deliberately slowed down the One UI 8 phone by slowly opening apps, awkwardly swiping between screens, and even loading a full-screen game just so they could tap on an inactive area and pretend it was lagging. It was basically staged to make Oxygen OS 16 look smoother. Honestly, it's pathetic. Already find these animation tests annoying when people do them, but for a company to pull that stunt on stage? Come on. There are plenty of real videos out there showing One UI 8 performing just as well, if not better, in those same animation tests. Now let's be real, Chinese brands have a long history of doing this stuff. Huawei, Honor, and now OnePlus. Remember when Honor claimed they made the world's thinnest foldable and it turned out to be thicker than the Z Fold 7? Yeah, that one. The thing is, OnePlus is one of the few Chinese brands people actually trust globally, so seeing them resort to this kind of cheap marketing just to get applause during a presentation is disappointing. If your product is genuinely good, you don't need to fake results. Let the tech speak for itself. Anyway, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is finally getting an upgrade we've been asking for years. Click here to watch the full video and I'll see you there.